Migration is a fundamental human right, and migration is not bad. It's the way, the manner in which we migrate that may be questioned, but migration is good and it's also inevitable. We cannot stop migration. It's important that we work with, as an agency, the UN agency, a leading agency in terms of migration. We work with partners, including the government, to actually come up with policies, effective policies and programs that will be able to manage the challenges that actually goes with migration. That being said, it's important for us to also know that migration is not only international. Most often when we look at migration, we only look at it at the international aspect, that is the international border. But we have to also look at migration in West Africa. Migration in West Africa that shows that we have a lot of movement within the region, based on the policy, based on the ECOWAS protocol, which later I will delve more in terms of the challenges or issues with regards to the policy or the protocol, I should say. But it's important we look at these issues. Briefly, it's important for us to know that West Africa has long been characterized by high level of mobility, that's means movement. People have been moving from different areas, from different countries to other within the region. An estimate of 7.6 million international migrants reside in the sub-region, only within the region. And that shows that we have a potential to harness in terms of the movement of people within the region, so that we'll be able to manage migration effectively. This may be actually underestimated, but the movement is also facilitated by the protocol, as I said. The ECOWAS protocol just provides opportunity for people within the region to move from one country to the other with the requirement of having a biometric ID card or a biometric passport with a biometric not lancing, but an insurance that will facilitate if we are moving through by land through an insurance policy. Labor mobility is significantly increased over the decades. We have seen in terms of labor, many people have moved from one place to the other because of the labor. And then following the regional economic integration and economic cooperation, a growing number of West Africans left their home countries in search of better opportunities. Many young people leave the country because of better opportunities. Somebody has mentioned in terms of the push and pull factors, which we have to look at. When it talks about migration, we divide the factors into two, which is the push and the pull factors. The push factors, we look at the issues that are making the place uncomfortable for young people to actually leave their host country of origin. And what are the pull factors? What are they eyeing for? Are they looking forward to other countries where they intend to migrate? And this must be looked into thoroughly for us to address the push factors. And then most often, most of our young people that migrate within the region is because of economic reasons. What can we do with the government? With the partners, CSOs? The government cannot do it alone. International organizations cannot do it alone. As an agency, leading agency in terms of migration, we work with the government and partners to address some of these challenges that goes with migration. Therefore, it is a collective effort for us to address the issue of migration. There is a lot of inflows of returnees from Libya, from Niger, and so on. And IOM have actually supported over 7,000 returnees to the Gambia through the assistant voluntary return and integration. This is a significant number, it's a huge number. And then we have been working with returnees in terms of designing activities and programs so that they will be able to share their candid stories, testimonies with the young people of this country, potential migrants, in addressing the irregular migration. But when you look at the further side of the coin, you will realize that state migration has also contributed immensely in terms of remittance, in terms of socio-economic development of countries. So therefore, it is important we find better ways to promote safe alternatives in terms of migration, so that this will be able to help young people to be able to actually make informed decisions before they actually migrate. A lot of efforts have also been done with the partners. Johnny-led associations have also done extremely well in terms of sharing their testimonies, conducting awarenesses and activities for potential migrants to make informed decisions about their migration journey. Statistics have also shown that in terms of the pattern, over 5 years ago, many young people have actually embarked on the journey through the central Mediterranean route. There are different routes that they use through the irregular migration route. The majority of young people within the region have embarked on the irregular migration journey through the central Mediterranean route. And from the last, the pattern have changed in terms of, after efforts been done, the number of migrants or return migrants that actually embark on the journey have reduced significantly. For example, in the central Mediterranean route, from 2015 to 2018 has reduced significantly. 2015, over 8,245 Gambians migrated through the central Mediterranean route. And in 2016, the number have increased to 11,922. Whilst 2017, we have a total of 5,808, and 2018, 272, this is until November 2018. Whilst for the central Mediterranean route, the western Mediterranean route, we have registered a total of 219, and then in 2016, 49, 2017, 104, and 2018, up to November 11 people. Of late, from 2020 to date, the attention has shifted in terms of the route that many young people are using. Before, due to the Libyan crisis, many young people have decided not to embark on the journey, and the efforts, of course, of other organizations, including returning associations. Many young people have changed their mind and then make a better informed decision about their migration journey and then stop using the central Mediterranean route. But as I said, from 2020 up to date, we have seen an attention in terms of migration irregularly through the western Mediterranean route that is going through the enclave of to Morocco, to Spain, and also using the central Mediterranean, the western Mediterranean route to Tunis and to Spain. Therefore, there is a need for a collective effort for us to diversify our efforts in terms of addressing the root cause of irregular migration in terms of young people embarking on the journey through the western Mediterranean route. It is also important for us to know that a lot of efforts have also been done. These efforts, IOM and UN agencies, other government, civil society organizations, and various organizations have raised awareness on the risks and alternatives to irregular migration. There is also an influx of organizations implementing entrepreneurship and skill training through the alternatives in terms of skill development program, entrepreneurship, and so on. And also government have signed, for the first time, we have also supported the government in coming up with the migration policy. The policy guide governments and partners in terms of making decisions on migration issues. And then this policy is important for us to address ourselves with the policy. In terms of priority areas, in terms of responsibilities, in terms of action plans for the implementation of the policy. It's not only to develop a policy, but how do we make sure that we follow the policy, we make sure that we implement the policy in terms of making sure that whatever we have been written, we work towards addressing the issue. I also support governments to work with border management to prevent cross-border crime and also human trafficking through the Ministry of Interior, working with GID, that's the agency responsible for border management. Also, we supported them in all that efforts to make sure that we address the issue of border management to prevent the cross-border crime. And also providing the diaspora. It's important for us to enhance the issue of diaspora engagement. A lot of Gambians are also in the diaspora. and then they have different skills and expertise. It's important we promote and also enhance that collaboration for Gambians in the diaspora to transfer those skills and knowledge with your Gambians to build their capacity so that they will be able to make informed decisions about their migration journey.